I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Green Bay Packers trades, rumors, and news. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Salute to Packers Nation. Salute to friends and family. Y'all know we're here to talk about what happened in Minnesota between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings in a huge game with NFC North implications on the line. And unfortunately, yet again, the Packers cannot do enough to beat an elite team. We let Sam Darnold pass for almost 400 yards. We couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback. Where Rashawn Gary, APB, Kenny Clark, APB. Sam Darnold had time to pass in the pocket like old school Tom Brady. Perfect V in the line under absolutely no pressure, no duress. We had a fumble in the first quarter. I thought a poor decision not to put points on the board and go for it on fourth down was a poor decision. You cannot make mistakes like that against these high quality and elite teams. And the Packers just have not been able to get over the hump this year so far to beat an elite team. We have talent. We fought hard in those last 7 minutes to make this game look good, but that's all we did was make this game look good. Their defense shut down our offense for the pretty much all of the four quarters for the besides the last 7 minutes. They were getting immense pressure on Jordan Love. We could run the ball a little bit. We couldn't pass. He had 185 yards passing, and a lot of that was in the last 5 minutes of the game. Their defense was suffocating today. It was absolutely suffocating today. And our defense just couldn't do enough. We have a problem of getting pressure, and especially against good teams. This needs to be addressed in this offseason's draft because you can't win a champion. I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. Y'all come here, y'all want the real, you want to unfiltered. This team is not capable of winning a championship if you can't get pressure on a quarterback. And also, Jair Alexander got a lot of Middleton in his DNA. We might have to look at moving him for picks to draft somebody that's actually available. Jair is often injured, and especially when you need him most. We needed him in a game like today. And that's the reason we were playing so much zone because our defensive coordinator doesn't trust these cornerbacks to do what they do in one-on-one coverage. So not having Jair puts us at a huge disadvantage defensively too, as far as the scheme. It would because we can't get pressure. I mean, that's it at the end of the day. And I've been saying this all year, and I've been blaming the same two people all year. Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark are trash to me, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. They are trash to me. They have zero impact in any huge games. They get their sacks against bottom feeders. They're overpaid and they need to be cut. Defensive line needs to be addressed in the first round, and it doesn't need to be whoever fits our Packer mold. It needs to be the best available defensive end on the board, period. I don't care if he got a checkered pass. I don't care about none of that. We need to get pressure on the quarterback. We also need more athleticism at the linebacker position. It just is what it is. That's just the honest assessment. We lost to a more disciplined team. That's what it is. They didn't make them. I mean, Darnold threw the interception, but besides that, they just didn't make a lot of mistakes. And they're a well-coached team. Like I've been telling y'all all year, for us to beat the elite teams, we can't make any mistakes. And that's for as far as Jordan Love protecting the football, if that's Josh Jacobs protecting the football, and Matt LaFleur making smart decisions. When you're in a game of this magnitude, you can't be all willy-nilly and go for it on fourth down. You have to put points on the board every time. I don't care if it's field goals, you have to put points on the board. And I felt like that hurt us a little bit as far as momentum, us going for it. We just came out the gate slow and it cost us. I mean, we were down pretty much for the most of this game, 27-10, until we made a charge late. This game, they kicked our butt today, y'all. The score isn't indicative of what happened today, but they kicked our butt. We now know that there's levels, and maybe we hopefully we can beat the Lions to get over that elite team hump. but this team has shown that they're good, but not great yet. That's what we have. We have a good team, but they're not great. And without a defense, you can't be great. The defense held it together for a little bit, but then the wheels just came off over time. You can't get pressure on the quarterback. Your cornerbacks can't hold receivers forever, and that's what was happening. And I saw what our defensive coordinator was trying to do as far as playing zone, but what some of the players didn't understand how to play zone, and some people were running wide open. So a lot of the mental mistakes and the not being fundamentally sound that we see with the Milwaukee Bucks, we also see with the Green Bay Packers. We're seeing teams that are not good but not great due to execution, and that's the bottom line, and that's the real truth. Let's get into these numbers. I'm gonna open up the lines. I'm not disappointed because I low key kind of expected this because I haven't seen us take that step yet, and we don't have anybody on defense that can impact the game. And until we get an impact player on that front seven, it's going to be difficult for us to consider ourselves a championship team, being realistic. Packers lose in Minnesota 27-25. As you can see, they started the game off slow. We're down 13-3. And then right out in the third quarter, same quarter that the Bucks have issues with, they were outscored 14-7. We did try to turn it on late in the fourth, 15, and scored 15-0, but those were all garbage points in my opinion. Jordan Love had a very basic game, 19-30, 185. A lot of that yardage was gained in garbage time. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries, 69 yards. I told y'all I'm always nervous if we have under 30 carries. We did have under 30 carries in this game. Romeo Doubs did play well, seven catches, 58 yards. We didn't get much from anyone else. Tucker Kraft had 53, Dontavian 43, Bo Milton 18. Very anemic offensively. Josh Jacobs did have a fumble in the first quarter. We just didn't play. We weren't dynamic offensively. We just weren't dynamic. On the other hand, Sam Darnold with an excellent game. 377 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. We held Aaron Jones in check, though, defensively, so that was good. They didn't run the ball on us. 12 carries, 47 yards. So the defense was able to stop the run, but not stop the pass. Justin Jefferson, we did hold him out of the end zone, but he did have 8 catches, 92 yards. Naylor had 81. Jordan Addison 69. Hawkinson 68. He spread the ball around. They just play better than us. They just play better. That's just what it is at the end of the day. And they got a little bit of pressure on us. They got 3 sacks to our 1 sack. We just didn't get enough pressure. Shout out to Carrington Valentine. He did have a nice pick out there, but it just wasn't enough. They're the better team right now. And until we can figure out on defense how to get pressure on the quarterback without blitzing, we're in trouble. I'm just keeping it real. That's what it is. And with the type of defense we can't make any mistakes offensively. We can't make any mistakes because our defense can't save us. Our defense can't save us. So hopefully we can get something together or some type of scheme together before the playoffs come so we can make some type of run. Otherwise, we do have a ceiling with this defense. We have a ceiling. We got to be realistic. We have a ceiling. That just is what it is. Until we get somebody dynamic on defense and that front four, we're going to have issues. And we're going to have to play perfect games to beat teams, especially in the playoffs. We're going to have to play perfect. And I know it's looking like we could be playing the Rams, and that's very scary because the Rams have offense and they have a solid defense. So the Packers definitely need to get it together and figure out a way to be more fundamentally sound and just beat these good teams. It just is what it is, Packer Nation. It just is what it is. Let's see who in the chat. We're gonna open up the lines, and we're gonna keep talking this Packer stuff, but I'm very concerned the Packers can't beat good teams. That's just very concerning, friends and family. Very concerning. See who in the building here. Brandon King Carter in the building. What's good? Mr. Cool, the living legend in the building. Mia Kim, what's good, ma'am? Patricia P, what's good, ma'am? Queens of the chat represent early. What's good? The homie Dre West in the building. What's good? Hey, my boy Dre West said, I'm only with y'all for basketball. Football, I'm laughing at y'all. That's hilarious. Shout out to Dre West. What's good, bro? Derek Stevenson in the building. What's good, bro? Brandon King Carter, I see you, famo. Jay Stizzle in the building. Eric Payne. Mr. 414, what's good? Greg Delaney in the building. Gary Foster, Ryan Love, what's good? I see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Jeff Riley in the building. Jacob B in the building. I see y'all. Let's get to some of these comments. Bleacher Report boss in the building. What's good, bro? Let's talk these Packers and how we ain't got no pass rush and how I want to kick Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark in the stomach. Both of them are weak. I don't care what nobody say. They're a big part of why we don't get no pass rush. Our highly paid our defensive players on the front seven are all trash. I mean, Cooper straight. It's a couple people to straight, but for the most part, it's a lot of Basura on that front seven. A lot of Basura. Respectfully. Mr. Cool said we look to run the ball way too much. I think we run the ball in order to open up the pass. Because once we start running the ball and the defense has to respect it, then they have to bring the safeties up and put more people in the box, which should make it easier for us to pass. That's the method that's been working this year, Mr. Cool. So I'm not gonna say I like that we run the ball a lot. Mia Kim, what's good, said literally no pressure at all in the front line. WTF, Darnold has all the time in the world to throw. And that's the problem. That's what I've been saying. That's it. That's why I don't like Rashawn Gary or Kenny Clark. I think that they both should be cut at the end of the season. They're trash. They don't even have 10 sacks between the both of them. Get them up out of here. We need to whatever algorithm we're using or analytics we're using to draft defensive end, we need to throw it away and start something fresh because it's not working. It's not working. We either need to pull a trade and get a Myles Garrett, a TJ Watt, or we need to go for it in the draft. But something needs to happen. Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark are not it together. As a tandem, they're Basura and the other one's trash. I'm going to say one in Spanish, one in English, but they both mean the same. Trash. Mr. Cool said Jordan Love was way more efficient last year. Look how he threw against Dallas in the playoff. What's changed? I think they're just trying to go with a philosophy, Mr. Cool, to run the ball. That's it. I really don't. I really think he could still air it out. But the problem with Jordan Love is when you let him air it out too much, he starts to play hero ball and throw hospital balls out there. So I think that Matt LaFleur is trying to protect Jordan Love from himself for a little bit before he lets the leash off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Dre West said Bird Gang. Okay, I see you. Patricia P. I don't know why Kraft doesn't get more touches. I've been yelling at from the rooftops for how long, Patricia, about that Tucker Kraft need to get the ball. He is dynamic. We need to run plays for him all out the gate. We should be using him like the Raiders are using Bowers. Real talk. Tucker Kraft is cold. And I'm standing on it. 10 toes down. Tucker Kraft is a Pro Bowl caliber tight end. Get that man the ball. Agreed. Derek Stevenson, in my opinion, the early season interceptions, LaFleur took some of passing plays from Jordan Favre. Correct. Leaning more on the run game. That's exactly what it is, Derek Stevenson. That LaFleur is protecting Jordan Love from himself so he doesn't turn into Jordan Favre. Facts. Make sure y'all come in here to hit the like button. Much appreciated. Mia Kim said it's so obvious that our opponent knows how to read the next run. Our running yards might look good on records, but there's really any success to gaining first down. Yeah, but that sometimes that is what the run is. You just got to stick with it and hope you break one at some point. But I feel what you're saying. Mia Kim here dropping knowledge as usual. Brandon King Carter said, I think the Packers want everyone to be healthy going to the playoffs. Go, Pack, go. Yeah, that's cool, Brandon. But we got to be able to beat good teams because that's all there are in the playoffs. We haven't beat a good team all year, like an elite team, top tier team all year. We keep falling short. Day late and a dollar short. Every game is always something. That's the problem. Jay Stizzle said Packers offense is built around the run game. You will not make it far in the playoffs with heavy running. Jordan is going to have to throw often. I agree. With this defense, we got to put points on the board. Jay Stizzle said this game proves that the Packers are at least a year away. The top teams have elite talent and coaching. The Packers do not. That's a fact. So I think we have elite coaching. I don't think we have elite talent, Jay Stizzle, but that is a great assessment. Great assessment. Eric Payne said, dang, so close. We have to beat the great teams. We are good, but make mistakes. Yeah, that's what you're right. That's why I'm saying, Eric Payne, we're good and not a great team because of personnel and execution. We just have to be honest. Maybe we are a year away. Maybe we are a year away. Real talk. Mr. 414 in the building. I think the offense needs to get off to quicker starts. The slow starts are killing him. Jordan Love, not his best game, so he has to be better. However, we need better O-line play. Jay Love was pressure. Exactly. He was right under the duress the whole game. That's what we wanted to see at Darnold. Their defense was getting pressure. We don't get pressure. That's the difference. Damn, I can't stand Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark. I hope y'all see this. Y'all horrible. Both of y'all horrible together. Damn. Greg Delaney in the building. I feel you. I'm riding with both too, bro. Tap you in 1 second, Bleach Report boss. Gary Foster in the building said the second series was dumb. Yep. To me, that and that fourth down call was the end of us. Yeah, that's the thing, Gary Foster, what I was saying, bro. You can't make mental mistakes, and that's on the players and the coaches. Josh Jacobs with the fumble when we were trying to get something going. We could have got points on the board. You trying to play hero ball and go for it. These are the type of things you can't afford against quality opponents, period. Ryan Love said if we had kicked that field goal instead of going for it in the second quarter, maybe we win. It changes the complexion of the game. It definitely changes the complexion of the game. That's a fact. Mia Kim said if it wasn't the O-line, Love had more than enough time, at least 3 to 5 seconds. That's the best you'll get from your O-line. That's not true, Mia Kim, because Sam Darnold had way more time than that to pass. Sam Darnold definitely had more than 3 to 5 seconds to pass, for sure. Mr. 414 said this isn't the same. It isn't that Sam Darnold is that good. It's just that D couldn't get pressure. His jersey was clean as a whistle tonight. Facts. Facts. Patricia P said Love has to be better and quicker with his decision making. He held the ball a little bit too much out there in a couple plays and got sacked. I agree with that. Good observation, Patricia. Mia Kim said release all of our D live, including our linebackers. Hilarious. Hilarious. Patricia P, thank you. Said the intro fire. Thank you. I'm trying to step my game up. Appreciate you, Patricia P, for noticing. Mr. 414 said that defense was in Jay Love's back pocket all game. I'm not letting them off the hook easily, Mia. Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, Mia. Ken said the intro was nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gary Foster said, yeah, he fumbled, but you can't leave the game. You just can't leave the game plan. Very, very true. Very true. Patricia P, costly penalties again. That's the thing. We're not fundamentally sound. We make mistakes when you can't do that against quality teams. That's just what it is. And I've been saying that all year about the Packers. We make too many mistakes in important games. Jeff Riley said, I said, yo, Packer Nation. What up, Jeff? Appreciate you tapping in. Jacob B said, Patriots should fire Jeff Hadley. Packers should not get I don't know, bro. You gonna have to clean that one up, bro. That came off crazy, bro. But salute to you. Bleach Report's boss said, what up? What up, Bleach Report boss? About to tap you in here in a second. The Fanatics perspective was good. If the Commanders win today or next week, we are the 7th seed. Yep, facts. Appreciate the insight. Amtrak said we run to keep our defense off the field too. Exactly. A lot of that is a great point, Amtrak. Salute the beast by the pound. Derek Stevens said Rashawn Gary's not producing. He's overpaid. Yeah, but throw in Kenny Clark too. He ain't ducking no smoke either. Let's get that fool in here too. Kenny Clark is trash too. Tapping into VP. This is ridiculous. VP, what's good, man? This is nonsense. Another game. We can say we played good. We came back, but we're not beating quality opponents. This is a problem. We're not getting pressure on the quarterback. This is a problem.
It definitely is a problem. I mean,
Kenny Clark or Rashawn Gary got a lot of Bobby Portis in them. Don't show up in big games, but go ahead. It's on you, VP. Shots fired.
Yeah. Excuse me. First of all, shout out to Packer Nation. Let's go. You know, it's just today was not a good day watching the game. Couple things off the top of my head. Love was holding the ball too much. It was a couple of throws he could have thrown. They tried to run it too much in the middle. The first turnover by Jacobs was costly. You cannot turn over the ball against this team. You just can't do it. Sam Darnold was just he was texting his friends. He was mowing the lawn. He was doing anything he could in that pocket because it was like every time they got close to him, the only person that was getting really close to sacking them multiple times was Cooper. And I was like, that's my problem. And that was my problem. Where is Gary? Where is Clark?
Look at the stat that Jeff just put up here, and I've been telling y'all that Amara, we don't have a defensive player with more than 5 sacks. I think that's my point. And it's a longer season. In a 17-game season, we still can't get. I mean, that's a problem. Go ahead, VP. That's a problem.
I was telling my father, I was like telling people, even texting you, I'm like, look, we're gonna have to probably eventually have to trade for another, starter next year because this is not gonna.
1 second, Amtrak's in the building. Yeah, my boy. Yeah. What up, bro? After the VP spin, then we gonna have you go ahead and drop some knowledge. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Go ahead, VP.
Good to see you, Amtrak. Right. But I was wanting to say, I just like we going like good coach is so stingy with his picks. This is different when the Bucks. When he wants to hold on to those first round picks. The problem is we've been drafting trash in the first round. It's just not been good. It's been not getting good at all. I don't like it, and I just think that the Packers need to buckle down and get rid of these players that they're not going to do anything good for you. And it's just not good. It's just every year we just don't get no impact players in the first round.
Correct. I agree with that.
We just don't get it. So we got to say Amtrak. I'm gonna let you go real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, I popped off in the chat. So it's Minnesota. They do a lot of stuff that Brian Flores. He's a good coach.
Agreed.
You could see him. They had Love confused. Like he didn't know where the blitz was coming from, if the blitz was even coming.
And they were running stunts.
Right. And then without Watson, I mean, you got nobody to make the safeties respect. Like, there's who's going deep. Dobbs is a possession guy, and Kraft, he works the spots.
Right.
Where somebody is cleared out. Like a lot of time when Kraft gets the ball, it's because Watson came through there and cleared it out for him. So it's like, I'm gonna say this. Don't try to go in on me too hard. But I was playing on Xbox and a team did this to me, where they was blitzing me and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And by the time you find the guy that's open, the defensive end is in your face. So I ended up throwing some picks. Luckily, Jordan didn't throw any picks, but that's what happens when you don't know where the blitz is coming from and who's got the hot route. So now it's like, oh, if I throw it to him, it's going to get picked off. But that's just what happened. He figured it out in the fourth quarter like he did in the first game that we met them, but it was too late. So, having Watson, that hurt it. But, I mean, this was a disappointing loss. I mean, just from the fact that there's 3 really good teams in the NFC, and the only time that we looked like we probably should have won the game was against the Eagles.
Right, and that's the
Cause,
first game
like
of the
we got
season.
smacked twice by Detroit, and then we got smacked twice by the Vikings. I mean,
Vikings.
you can say we came back and everything, but we lost. So,
Right.
and you're gonna have to play one of those three or all of those three on the road. And then, I mean, if the Rams win the West, that's not gonna be fun either
That's what
because
I just said. The
when we
Rams is
played them in
dangerous,
LA,
bro.
they didn't have
Puka
they didn't have
Nakua
Nakua and
and Cup.
I can't even remember the other guy. You know what I'm talking
Cooper
about?
Cup. Cooper Cup.
Yeah, they didn't have Cooper Cup. So I mean, it's not going to get any easy, and the fact that our pass rush just wasn't there. I mean, you can only expect a very elite corner to cover for about 3 or 4 seconds.
Correct.
So when you don't have a pass rush and Sam Darnold is sitting back there, check down, check down, check down, he going to
Let's
like his
narrow in
fifth
on that
read.
pass rush. Why don't we have a pass rush?
I don't know.
You don't got
Like you can
dominated.
see people getting there, but like the quarterback, he just climbs the pocket, he gets away, and then the linebacker is not there. The linebacker's in coverage. We don't blitz a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we blitz more in the playoffs, but from what I've seen, it's unless you get pressure naturally from your front four and everybody else can cover, it's
Right.
going to be tough in the playoffs.
Exactly. That's
it will be.
that we got to be realistic with that. That's the truth. Packer Nation, this is not being negative. This is being honest with everyone. If we can't get pressure from that front four, we're not going far in the playoffs. It's just not going to happen. The competition is better. Quarterbacks are better. It's just not going to happen. I just can't see it. I don't know. Go ahead, Amtrak. It's on you. I just can't see it.
No, I mean that's all I had to say. It's tough. I mean, not to say that Xbox is by any means the
Right.
I play
NFL,
too. I play online
but
too, bro.
I know it's some people in this chat I know that play video games.
Oh,
That's the
look at
closest
Patricia
you're gonna
P. This
get
is
to
at
real
you.
life.
Patricia P. shooting at you, Amtrak. But if the sophisticated blitz package is something they consistently do, hold on, let me put that back up. At Amtrak, shouldn't the coaches have picked it up on film and tried to adjust?
Oh yeah, they did. That's why you saw him snap towards the end of the third quarter and the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why. Because it's like they figured out, okay, if they gonna do this, we gonna do this, like that kind
Right.
of stuff. But I mean, it's tough. Like I said, when you Watson wasn't out there, and Watson is like the one like you can just throw him a bomb.
Right.
And when your safeties is like we know Dobbs ain't going deep, and
We
then
know Wicks
Reed
ain't
and
going deep.
yeah, Reed and Wicks ain't going deep. So
Is that a problem on this
they know
team
our
too, that we only have
tendencies.
one deep threat?
Yes.
I feel like that's a
It looks
problem.
like it's a problem.
There's a problem. I mean, you had Dobbs going down for one pass, but he couldn't even get his hands on it. But he's
He's a
not a
possession
speed.
receiver by
Yeah, he's a
design.
possession
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah,
He's
he's
elite.
not a speed receiver. I would think Wicks could, but I don't know if Wicks has that elite speed.
Yeah, and then another thing you missed with Watson not being there, like all of our receivers are really good run blockers too. Like they showed that when
Right.
Love was out and we had Malik in there.
Right.
But Watson is a really good blocker. Like you see
That's
him
a good
come
call.
and knock people down. So it's like you miss a lot of stuff, not just with his deep threat. You just miss. He's a big man. So I mean that guy. Not saying he's gonna come in and fix everything, but still, it's like when you got a guy out there like that, he's our Jefferson. Like
Right.
you got to pay attention to him. So I mean that's what I think. But I'm not worried about the offense at all. It's like LaFleur and Love. Like I'm not worried about that side of the ball. I'm worried about defense because we're gonna give up some points, but we got to get people. It's got to be 17 or less, like the
Right.
old Tampa Bay teams. You remember Warren Sapp said that if we just
Facts,
17
Patricia.
points, it's like if we can hold people to 17 or 20, I think we
That's
can
pretty
win. But
hard in
can we do
today's
that?
NFL, though. A lot of teams are
Yeah.
so explosive, bro.
And
I don't know if
that's
that's
what
a
me.
realistic formula.
I got some information on you when you was talking about Jair, and because I was reading on stuff a couple of days ago when they ruled them out, and we was talking about it in the chat, and I found some more information about it. So pretty much, he has a knee injury, but they said that he fully practiced this week, but he's ruled out after Friday. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Then to make it even more annoying, it was some beat writers that was actually in the Packers locker room, and then they start pushing back on fans saying that, well, you don't know what these guys go through for the all season. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that. You guys choose to do. You get paid millions of dollars to play this game that we all love to watch. So I don't want to hear that excuse. If you're gonna just tell us what's wrong with them, tell us what's wrong with them. If
Yeah,
he
that's
needs to
true.
be on IR, be on IR. Like I get tired when people try to tell fans how to think because we
Right.
just want to see the team to win. Well, if they're not there to play the game, then I want to know why. Let me know. Tell the fans they have the right to know. People are paying money to watch these games or go to the games, and you're not telling us what's going on with Jair. And we needed them today. And we definitely needed them today for for Jefferson because what the gameplay was today. There was doubling both Addison and Jefferson, but the problem was the middle was wide open. They
Right.
just darted us in the middle all game
We got to
long. We
start
couldn't
looking
stop
at
them.
Jair if we need to maybe put him on the market for some draft picks. He's
It's getting
never
ridiculous.
available when we need him. He's always hurt. He's
Always hurt.
he's always hurt. Amtrak, is it time?
I don't know. It's he's one of these guys too. Is like when he's out there, their presence, like he has gravity. So it's
Right.
even though he's not 100%, it's like that quarterback is thinking in the back of his mind, is like, I might not want to throw that way. You know what
Right.
I mean? And so when you do that, it kind of makes everybody better. And then it only takes about a half a second for between a sack and a completion. You know what I
Right.
mean? So having him out there, just like you add all of this stuff back in. So I don't know what's going on. I've read some articles too, Daniel, and a lot of the stuff that I've seen is like that Jair might be done as far as him not passing the eye test and everything like that. But those are articles. I mean, I don't want to, like, I'm not in practice and all that kind of stuff. I can only go off of what
As
I
far
see
as for
on the
the injury
field.
that he
But
might be done for the year.
yeah, like I don't know. Like I read a lot of stuff. I don't know if y'all follow that Lombardi Ave on
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of
yeah,
that. Yeah.
like a lot of stuff they're saying is like he might have played his last snap, which I hope not, because like I said, that he has that he got the same presence on defense that Watson has on offense, at
Offense,
least
yeah,
in my
fair.
opinion.
Shout out to Derek.
Hilarious, Derek Stevens. So so Patricia P said Reed is considered a speed guy, right? And then Derek Stevenson said Bo Melton. I'm not sure about that. If I would
Well,
consider them speed.
I would say
Yeah, I don't
Reed
know.
more of a
I haven't
speed person.
seen them being. They do run those the jet sweeps and
We
stuff like that,
right.
and you got to be fast. But like the verticals, you
Vertical,
always
yeah. So
see
I've never
Watson
seen
running
them run any
verticals.
fly routes or anything like that or go
Yeah.
routes. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have did a couple of something like that with Jade and Bo Melton a little bit, but it's like they just wanted to get the ball to man, they wanted to get the ball pretty much. Damn, I forgot his name already. I just
We weren't
really
getting the ball to anybody. Let's no,
yeah.
no, no. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't even. You don't even got to think about no names. We weren't getting the ball to anybody. This man
Yeah,
Jordan Love had about 69 yards in the fourth quarter passing.
he did,
No,
and
we didn't. We
that
weren't.
was
We weren't passing
huge.
to anybody. Can
Yeah,
you
I
I'm
was
talking
like,
about
imagine?
man, he got 64 yards
But
until
bro,
he
yeah.
in
hit
the
That's
fourth quarter,
Kraft.
that's
their defense shut us down.
Yeah,
Their defense
like
shut us down.
all the looks that they gave him, man. A couple
It,
times it looked. I was like, that's a blitz.
it,
Even I'm thinking
man,
like
it
that's a
probably looked
blitz.
like that meme where all the numbers and equations was going past his
Yeah,
face. It had to look like that.
yeah.
64
It
I
looked
yards
like
in
forget
the
it was
about
a
fourth
that.
blitz,
quarter.
and you see, it's like, okay, I got the hot guy, and then you look, and it's a zone. It's like
Right.
you
And
can't
then he
throw to
don't
him.
got the
Now you got to
time.
go to a different. Yeah, it was crazy.
He didn't have time to go past his second read at most.
Right.
At most, he got to go get to a second read. Then he got to climb the pocket. Then he trying to avoid blockers. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the way that he snapped in the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, like I don't have any problem with Jordan Love. I
right.
mean, even in the beginning of the year when people was calling him Jordan Favre and all that stuff, you could tell he was hurt. He wasn't right. But ever since he been healthy or whatever, it's like we've seen like more Jordan Love that we saw during the
Right.
last year Toyota
Fair.
So like I said, I don't worry about him. I don't worry about Jacobs. I don't worry about our offense. Our offense is gonna score.
I agree.
We need to keep our defense off the field unless we're gonna get some pressure. And I don't know if the pressure is gonna come from the front four just being like, you know what, we need to get pressure, or do
That
we
ain't
have to
gonna work. No,
manufacture
no, no.
pressure
We
with
got to address
blitzes?
that in the off season. I don't think that's something we
I,
can fix now. I think we need to
I
address
can
that in the off
I
season.
definitely agree with Amber with this because it's just apparent they want to with this new scheme with having they want to do four guys. They don't want to blitz nobody. They want to cover
That's
everybody.
correct.
But
Facts.
but the
Yeah,
but the problem is your front four cannot rush anybody. Like, it's
They're not
ridiculous.
collapsing the pocket at all.
Like I want to see
yeah,
when you get a line like that, you want to see the quarterback run for his life, running for his
Right.
soul. Like man, I can't get nothing open. These guys are getting me. But then you put in Cooper in there. I don't want Reed Cooper to blitz like that. I want him in coverage. You need him in coverage in the middle of the field. Like that's what you need him at because he's a star to make it. And it seems like they're not using him. Like I want him to blitz a little bit here and there, but most time you want him in the middle of the field or you want him on somebody. It was too many times that they allowed Minnesota to get away with it with a pass here or a flare there
And
or to
third
the running
downs,
back.
we were getting killed on third downs. They were killing us on third down. We couldn't do nothing.
yeah. The
We'll make a good
bootlegs.
play first and second, and then the wheels will come off third down. That's what I'm saying. We don't have a defense that makes impact. Yeah, Xavier McKinney gets interceptions. That's cool, but getting pressure on the quarterback is a whole different part of the game. When you can get pressure on the quarterback, that changes everything.
The
Yeah,
mental. You take the mental. You take a man against his will. You tell him like you can't do nothing. That's more
Eli Manning
demoralizing than
got
taking the
two
ball away.
Super Bowls because his defense got pressure.
yeah.
Eli Manning has two championships strictly on the strength of his front four getting pressure.
Yeah, I
Top
see
two.
our front four. They do get pressure, but the thing is what I'll see is either it's not every single down, or the pressure will come, and then the offensive line will still be able to form a pocket where the guy
Thank you.
can throw.
Exactly. And allow him to climb the pocket and complete the
Yeah,
Exactly.
pass.
that's
That
the
right
thing.
there.
That's it.
Yeah, so we just need to if our guys can just get there about a half a second sooner, that's going to be the difference between night and day
It
right
plays
there.
like that
Because
too.
yeah, it's not that much time. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's hope, but it's got to be just a touch faster.
And if the Packers like let's say if the Packers do get a 7 seed and they behind, they're gonna have to be three of the two or three of the teams that we're gonna have to even face. We have faced already, and I'm already like we probably gonna face the Eagles if we're 7 seed going against 2 seed already off the rip, and then Minnesota again, or it just
Detroit.
Detroit. And it's like you cannot have games like this when you face teams like this and have a game. You so
With our
sloppy.
defense, you can't make any mistakes offensively. We have to play perfect football to win games against elite teams because we don't have a good defense. We have
Yeah,
It,
it's,
smoke and mirrors defensively.
the projections that I've seen have us being in the six. Like we're pretty strong with the six because Minnesota was favored today, whether we
Okay.
want to admit that or not.
yeah,
Right.
So we'll be
They
favored
should be. They
against
were at
the
home.
Bears.
they were at home. Yeah,
So it's looking like we're gonna either get the Rams or the Seahawks, which both of them that would be a rematch and it would be on the road. And they both present a different set of issues. So, like, if
Right.
you play Seattle, you got to play against the 12th man,
Right.
and then
And
you play
DK
the Rams,
Metcalf.
and against the Rams, they got that passing attack.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is not all that.
But
So, I
it's,
mean,
it's it's solid though. It's solid.
nah, I watched them against the Cardinals yesterday because I'm down here
Right.
in AZ,
Right.
and the Cardinals probably should have beat them, but
But look how
They
many
should have
points were
won that.
scored though. What was the
Yeah,
score in the game?
McBride and Kyler Murray just couldn't connect, but the Cardinals, they had them.
Man, that wasn't the
They had them
catch.
beat.
That was not even the catch, man. That interception was the catch. It hit the ground. They
Yeah,
said the
they
ball
had
didn't
them
move.
beat. So, but they not gonna play like that against us. And
Right,
that's a divisional game too. So that's like fighting your brother. So,
right.
but still, but it's gonna be tough. So we're gonna play the Rams, and then we probably end up playing the Eagles, and
Okay.
then after that you're probably gonna get either Detroit or Minnesota. So like if we get to the Super Bowl, it won't be because we punked out. It'll because
Yeah,
we came
that'd
in
be some
there and wrecked
legendary stuff,
everybody.
man. We did that. It'd be some
Right.
Yeah.
legendary things if we do all that. We go through
But the
those
only
times.
way that happens, the defense would have to step up at some point.
Yeah,
At
you
Yeah.
some
got to.
point.
Did you listen to Matt LaFleur after the game? He said that we got to earn our right to come back to Minnesota. That's what his
Right.
mindset was. Like we got to earn.
Mmm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you damn right. You know what time we ain't like because we know I'm gonna say what I gotta say
Facts,
about that.
Patricia.
And Matt LaFleur like already knew what we gonna say. I'm like, you gonna have to earn your right to come back there because no way you play like that and you guys beating New York teams like Monday when they beat the Saints, I really didn't care. I'm like, let's worry about next week at that point. Cause I'm like, we got show we made of, and they just showed out they still ain't ready yet. They
Facts.
got it 1 week away from the playoffs to begin, and that's it. It's
But
no
we're not
more.
we're not taking a number 2 on the team. I just want Packer Nation to know. We're just trying to have realistic expectations for this team. We're a good team. We're not a great team.
Yeah,
No,
we're
But
not
we're
not.
at
headed
all.
in the right
No,
direction.
no, no. When you have a when you do a test and you think you be good, you get like a B. Don't you want an A? Don't you want A+ on that test? We want them to get A. This been solid B. We want them to upgrade. We don't want them to just say be
Yeah.
comfortable of doing what they're doing. That's what we were talking about. We don't want them being comfortable because they found out today they can't be comfortable thinking like they can do the same
Right.
thing and they win this game. They gotta play better football than this because you gonna get elite and you ain't. They're not. All their losses was against elite teams. That's
Right.
not impressive. Think
So,
about that. All go ahead.
oh my bad, Daniel. So I want to, they talk about finding the positive in everything. So
Mhm.
the positive takeaway from this is that we still got 2 more games left.
Right.
And then, like Daniel said, we were on a bit of a run. We was feeling ourselves. We blanked New Orleans 34 to
Right.
nothing. We whooped Miami on Thanksgiving. We was feeling pretty good. We was like, oh, we ready now. But
Facts.
when you come and then you go, everybody, we was feeling good about this game. We was like, oh, we gonna go up there and beat them,
Yeah, we got a
and
chance.
then
We had a
like they
chance.
gonna be
Right.
afraid of us. But if that was our best shot, at least we know it's like that wasn't it.
Right.
So, and I got faith in the coaching staff, and from what I've seen this season, that they'll be ready to play in the playoffs. No matter who it is, they'll definitely be ready to play, and I
Okay.
expect a much better performance out of our defense than today. But you can't take away from the fact that this was a very disappointing loss, and like
Agreed.
even Michael Jordan said, like before you win, you got to learn how to lose. So, and then today it's like I said, if that was our best shot, we came in there feeling ourselves. That wasn't it. It was
Right.
another level that we got to get to.
Thank
And
you.
and yeah, so it's like you said, we're not dumping on the Packers. It's just like, man, that ain't it. That ain't enough. We need more.
Not for
And
championship
and
caliber.
they can do it.
We're a playoff team, but we're not a
Right.
championship caliber team at this moment.
Right.
I'm
But
gonna
we
say
got 2 games. We got a game next week against our bitter rival.
Right.
And then we got the real game. So it's like we got time, and I'm confident that they'll show up. But
I'm gonna, I'm gonna say a quote. We have to break through our ceiling and break through. That's the quote.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what quote from what? I'm looking at Andrew. What quote was that from?
I do not know, but who?
That was Goku.
I should have known.
Y'all always going to Dragon Ball Z.
Always. It's so much to learn from Dragon Ball Z. Life lessons in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Hey, it's life lessons in Dragon Ball Z. Real talk.
They gotta break their ceiling, bro. The Packers got to break through their ceiling. They got to just you think about it. When you think you don't got enough, you gotta go dig in deep. You gotta bring it out, man. You gotta do something greater. I think, yes, you're right. You're right, Antoine. If the Packers want to get, they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready. They got to break through it, and they got to do their thing because it's just it seemed like at the end of the game they finally figured it out, but it was just too late. Not a little time left. I'm like, that's why I got mad. Like, man, we figured it out finally. Picking off Sam Darnold a couple of times. We killed him a couple of times, and it just they could. Oh, that's what got me mad. Like, man, we could have.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, I would rather have lost today than in 2 weeks. I mean, to keep it a
fair
buck.
Point.
I mean, it's Captain Obvious, whatever you want, but I would rather have lost this game against an elite team today and being like, oh, okay.
Use it as a learning experience.
Yeah, I see you. I got you. Instead of like in 2 weeks, now you got the whole off season and you're not gonna play them, and they won't be the same, and we won't be the same. Nope. So
yeah, hopefully we get Myles Garrett.
Yeah,
they need to. Man, I can't tell how many times it's like Anthrax. You know how many times we'll go in the playoffs and then they lose, and then they just don't get that top 10 pick. They gotta get the 20th pick. Nobody really cares about that pick at all, and we don't get nobody impact player. And they want to we gotta save these picks. We gotta save these picks. And I'm like, no,
y'all don't draft good enough in the first round.
I told Amara before, the Packers might be the greatest team in NFL history for almost getting somebody. Like, you remember, like we could have had Khalil Mack. Like we could have had, what's his name? You know what I'm saying? We could have had Odell Beckham. Like we
all these people,
everybody. Like every time they end up with a team, you'll see in the media, it's like the Packers did call them, but then at the last minute they backed out. So it's
the one that got the one that really hurt my soul when I found out was Ray Lewis. We almost had Ray Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it hurt my soul, man. Like, we almost had
Ray Lewis. We're a winning organization. People still want to come play for us. I mean, you look at Josh Jacobs.
Facts, Marvin.
Love for Josh Jacobs. I heard what he said. He's gonna be here for a while.
Yeah. So like I said, I think that to put a positive spin on it, because it was so disappointing the way that game was and everything, and the way that they it's like there's a takeaway from this, and that I think that this will help us going forward, because now there is another day. Whereas, like I said, if this would happen in 2 weeks, I say you out.
Facts.
Right. Man.
So maybe use this as motivation, as a learning experience, maybe something to that nature.
Absolutely, that's how you get better.
Yeah. Steel sharpens steel. Fight. We gotta get over the hump at some point.
Yeah, it was a boss fight. We lost. So
right.
Yeah.
You got to get better.
And I know Matt LaFleur wants to
back
win.
to the hyperbolic chamber.
Yeah. I seen it on his face. I see it on his Matt LaFleur wants to win, and I know we get on him, but I feel bad for him sometimes, because sometimes gameplay doesn't work the way he wants it to, and he wants to win. You got to respect the players. Yeah, we are the youngest team in the NFL, and that's why I get upset, because I know we got the ammunition to get a veteran player that can help us on this defense.
That's true. That is frustrating. We do have enough resources to actually get what we need.
I know we got Xavier Kenny for 3 years. We got we got the ammunition to get a good defense.
Hey, you know what defense I meant to mention? Keyshawn looked good today.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, he been solid. The pass, like they moved him into the slot. Yeah, he been solid.
Yeah, he been solid.
Yeah.
But our secondary's never really been the issue. It's always been the front seven.
You can't cover nobody for 5 seconds.
Right, you can't cover. Right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
they did
open
a
if you try
great
to cover
job
me for 5
on
seconds.
Jefferson.
Eventually, one of these moves
Anybody
is
can get
gonna work.
open.
One of these little
Yeah.
shoulder jukes is gonna work.
Yeah, what do you want? Like at that point, what do you want them to do? They have like 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Somebody gonna get open. At that point, I
Yeah.
was really happy. I wasn't even complaining about the cornerbacks. It wasn't a problem. Valentine had
Yeah.
great interception. It was just the defensive line wasn't really getting the pressure. Wasn't once you get like when you're on defense, the first thing you take down is the quarterback. You take the quarterback down, that game plays out the window.
Right.
You cannot you have to protect the quarterback of any team, your game plays out the window. And it seemed like the Packers cannot grab them. It was like almost grabbing them and they get the ball out. Almost pulling them
Yep.
down, ball comes out, or pull them down,
Mm-hmm.
check check down. It was like every time.
Yep.
I felt bad for the guys that's trying. I'm not saying I'm not bad. I'm saying they're not trying. I'm just saying that if you get a game plan a little bit better, you got to mix in some stunts here and there. And I
Right.
think that's the Packers just so stagnant of doing their front four all the time, and then they want to do their whole thing. Look what the Minnesota's doing. They was mixing in coverages. They was mixing in guys coming
Corner
in.
blitzes. They were very dynamic defense. Ryan Love, that is true. Brooks is making some noise and getting pressure.
Yeah.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
Ryan Love. Good call. Good call.
Yeah. That's why I said
Another guy that's
we
been
only
out
need
there
a
for
half a
fourth
second.
round.
We only need a half a second.
Yep.
And like I
Another,
said, Jordan Love, the way that they was doing him in the first half, he probably thought it was 12 people out there.
Bro, the defensive dude, hey, Flores is no joke.
Yeah.
He has very exotic schemes. They're very exotic, bro. Like, yeah, that's a lot.
But he figured it out though. You know what I'm saying?
After a
And then
certain
when he
amount of
did
time.
figure it
Yes.
out, it was like like yeah. But like I said, we not that a loss is good, but maybe we needed this to show that it's like, because like I said, as a fan, I was feeling us. I was like, wow, don't nobody.
Yeah, we
gonna
got
whoop
them this
everybody.
week. We got them. Then they showed
Yeah.
levels. They showed levels.
Yeah, that's why it's so disappointing, is because we expected to win. So regardless of who was out there, so that in and of itself says something. So, like I'm saying, you just go home, like Marcus Johnson say, chopping wood, carrying water. You got 2 weeks.
Get some water, bro. Get some water.
Yeah, that was funny right there. I I forgot about that, his little comment.
Yeah. It's just the Packers just gotta play better in this game, and then they gotta really figure out after this.
And it's not like we're a bad team. It's just we make those mistakes at the wrong time, and it's just the decision making. And against these elite teams, you gotta play perfect football.
Got to, you can't go like you cannot and should not play like this against other good teams like this. So,
Here goes
what's up,
Brandon.
You doing,
What up, Brandon? What up, Brandon? What up? Yeah, what up? So how you feel about today's game, Brandon, before we get up out of here?
I agree with y'all saying. We almost came back. We came back. But it was a mental mistake at the wrong time.
Exactly.
And not putting no pressure. That
Right,
think,
right. Go ahead, Brandon. Right.
this is the reason why. This past off season, we should not resign Gary or Kenny Clark. We should trade for Miles Garrett.
Thank you.
For Brown. Or cut someone to let the other guy get involved. I think we got the offense.
Mm-hmm.
We got the offense. We got talent on offense. But what hurt us the most is another military Jair getting money. Because the reason why he Jair, we need Jair for this game. He shut down Jefferson and the other dude.
Addison.
We got that. We got that. But the reason why is Jordan Love, we should let me really play and let Jordan Love sit.
What are you talking about, Brandon?
Oh no, I
Huh?
ain't with that. I'm not
What?
with
I'm
that.
saying this.
I'm not with that.
We know this game gonna be tougher because Air's young. But this is we are learning a young team, but it's a learning experience. Just
Hey,
like the boy.
I'm gonna have to cut your mic off, Brandon. You talking crazy
Yeah, I ain't
now,
with
Brandon.
that.
You talking about putting in Malik
I ain't with
Willis. You
that.
was doing good. You was doing good. Then you just went off the rails. What's going on with you, Brandon? No, no, Brandon. No, I can't even let you go
Yeah, I
down
ain't with
this
that.
rabbit hole. I gotta stop you right here, sir. You are doing way too much, sir.
When the
We need
last time?
Jordan Love to play. Malik Willis shouldn't even be mentioned right now. All we need to do is get some pressure on the quarterback, and we'll
Oh
be
man,
fine. The offense is good. We got a brain with Matt LaFleur. He can figure it out. They just need to figure it out faster.
A half a second. That's
Yeah,
all we
that's
need.
it. We need to. I saw us run one or two stunts, but we need to figure out how to be more exotic with the defense. Go ahead,
yeah.
Brandon.
Go ahead.
Also, we need to put Luke Musgrave and cut the crowd more. So
Okay,
they both, because we need to use cut the crowd more. We gotta use them.
that's
We
fair.
got
Yeah,
But I
cut
think
I agree.
Musgrave's issue is Musgrave can't block. Can't block. I think
No,
that's the issue. Am I wrong, y'all? Musgrave issues he can't block, right?
no, he
I
can't
think
block.
that I read that they said that Kraft was the better blocker.
Blocker. Okay, so
Exactly.
that's why Musgrave ain't in the game as much. I think it's because of his blocking.
But he still he might not be in football shape. I mean, his practice is different from the regular game right here.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
he might be on a snap count.
Okay.
I
Yeah, he
think
got a vasectomy, right? Yeah, he got a vasectomy or something with his bladder or something like that.
Okay.
one
Vasectomy
more
is something completely different, but I understand
Yeah,
what you're saying.
I know. It's not. I'm not
No,
you can
I
tell
was
it's
like,
sick.
did I
Mister
hear
went
that right?
all
Did
the
I hear
way
that
left.
right?
Brandon has set this all the way left. Now
Yeah.
vasectomy's
Did
going
I hear that
on.
right?
Malik Willis should be in the game. This is went all the way left. This one went all
Right.
the way
listen.
left.
Hey, we
Oh
love
man.
Packers. We love this Packers just like we love our Bucks.
Right. And we do, but
But
we're realistic. We're a young team, like everybody's saying. We're the youngest team in the NFL. We realistically might be a year away.
Yeah.
Being
I'm,
real, we might be a year away.
if we don't make it, I'm
No,
praying to the
we can
Lord that
get
we
it
trade
this year. You
fix it right.
give me a half a second and we got it.
Yeah, true. If we
Yeah.
could get the pressure. Okay, yeah, if we get the pressure. He
and,
said Brandon charge, bro.
Brandon got us all up here like this. Like
Like what? Like what?
Oh man, go ahead,
hey,
Brandon. We're gonna do another round robin real quick. Go ahead and finish up,
all right,
Brandon.
listen. We only got one more game. The last game is next week Sunday. That's the final game.
Right.
Yes, spirit.
So we all know we want the Packers to be healthy. Just like our Bucks. That's the same thing. But this off season for the Packers, we need to address the O-line. We need to cut John Gary and King North and get somebody dominant.
There you
Because
go. Now
There you
you
go. There
cleaning
you
it
go.
up. There you go, Brandon.
I
Now you
think
cleaning it up.
I think John Gary and King North are not cutting it.
Agreed.
All right.
That's it.
Agreed. I'd trip both of them if they was running. But yeah, go go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon. I'm tripping. Oh, you though. Go
Hey,
you Amtrak's. Oh, you Amtrak. Then we go end with the Bleach Report boss. Go ahead, Amtrak.
All right, that's so I can't dance with the girl I ain't bring to the party. So I'm not gonna talk about who ain't here or
Right.
whatever. So Gary is here, and Cox and Cooper and all of them is here. So we'll dance with them. So like I said, I
Facts.
believe that they can get a half a second, and
Okay.
so I think that they able to generate that. We seen that they was able to generate pressure today. It's just that Minnesota's O line was able to adjust and create another pocket. So I think that now that we saw that, we can adjust to that. And I think that they're gonna be straight. Initially, I was in my chest and I was mad. So,
Right.
but now that I come back down to earth, it's like I think that, like I said, if you want to take something away from this loss, it shows you that you're not where you're supposed to be. But I think the people in that locker room can get there,
Okay.
and we got the coaching staff to do it too. So I would actually be really really disappointed if the Packers did not win the wild card game,
That's fair.
because it's like even though we didn't play well against the top five, or not the top five, the top three teams, I'm still expecting us to beat them.
Yep. Agreed. Fair point. My brother's on the on the same boat as you,
Yeah,
air track. So yeah, that's fair.
yeah, and that's all I have to say about that.
On you, Bleach Report boss.
Aaron Trash got me thinking too when he said all that, man. Yeah, you're right. We have to ride with this team until the end, until it's over. So I mean, I'm gonna ride with the Packers here. I'm gonna give them grace. I just, I wish they would have just got a little bit more pressure. I'm mad. Still, I try to not when they lose games. I try not to get too mad. I try to just let it go and just try to think about other stuff and like, oh, I gotta get this paid and all that. Try not to think about it. But when I usually get so mad about watching Packer games. But
Right.
overall, the Packers just need to learn from this loss. Because this is the first time I've ever seen the Packers lose to two division rivals 2 times in a
Times in
row.
a row. Yep.
It's the first time I've ever seen
Facts.
this. So it's been a long time coming. But they'll learn from this. And like you said, they're the youngest team in the league. And I really, to this day, I still can't fathom them being this youngest team in the league.
Right.
And I mean, the wild card. I really want them to win the wild card game first, and then we'll talk about whatever after that. But till then, we just gotta make sure we get this team ready for the playoffs and everybody be healthy. So hopefully Jair probably can play, but I mean, just not been hearing good news for him right now. Just if he can play, he can play. If he don't,
Right.
then after adjustment to that. So good Packer Nation, peace and love.
Right.
Packer Nation.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate y'all
And
tapping.
put that down.
There we go, my boy Brandon. All right, Air Track. Appreciate you tapping in for Arizona. We got the locals here. We got Brandon King Carter. We got the VP up at top. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I'll see y'all Tuesday. We got to talk about them Pacers. All right.
Hopefully.
All
They just
right,
beat
y'all.
Boston.
Yeah, right. They did. Hey, no strays. We gonna have a lot to talk about, ain't we? All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all go. All right, my dudes. All right, appreciate y'all tapping in. Tough loss, but again, we're a young team. We will recover. We just have to figure out and tighten up on a few things. And we're a championship caliber team, but we got to figure out and get some pressure on the quarterback. Period. And we need Jair to come back healthy at some point. We need him for the playoffs, and I'm hoping he can come back. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate everybody tapping in, trying to get these Packers lives cracking like we do the Bucks lives. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, hitting the like button. Hope y'all enjoying the content, the energy that we bringing. Hey, we trying to take over on two genres with this Packer stuff and this Buck stuff. So we grinding. So we going live after all these games and appreciate all y'all support. Please hit the like button as y'all leave the building or as you enter the building. Just need to hit that like button to help your boy in the algorithm, help more people find the Packer content. Again, appreciate y'all. Salute to Packer Nation. Salute to friends and family. We the best in the business. Y'all know what it is. I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Green Bay Packers trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done discussing a tough loss, 27-25 in Minnesota between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. We will come back and we will be ready for the playoff stretch here, y'all. We what we're doing in these lives is just talk about what we need to improve in order to be a championship caliber team. Again, we're not bashing the team. We're just being aware of what this team's pros and cons are and what cons need to be addressed for us to be a championship caliber team. That's it. We all want this team to win a Super Bowl and to go deep in the playoffs. But for that to happen, certain things need to be addressed. A lot of what we talked about today's lives need to be addressed, and in the chat needs to be addressed for this team to be a championship caliber team. That's all we saying. Comment, like, subscribe, share the electrifying content. Go.